So today we'll be talking about how to build your own website. It may be your personal website or a professional website by using Google Sites. So I will present my screen. So hope my screen is visible. Yes, okay. For this you should have your Gmail account. So this account can be your personal account or professional account. So after logging into this, you can see there are 9 dots on the top right. So this is called as a Google app cluster. So in this cluster, if you go down and search, you might find Google Sites in this. In case if it is not there, also no problem. So if you are frequently using Google Sites, it will be coming somewhere in this particular area, right? If it is not there, no problem. You can type sites.google.com in your browser. So when you type, you'll get it this Google site. So I click on enter. So it will take you to this particular page. Okay. So for the people who are creating Google sites for the first time, your home page will be something similar to this. So in case if you want to search in Google, you can do a search called as Google site. So this will give you a search result. So from there also you can select this particular link. So both will take you to the same location. So you can see here it is sites.google.com. So this is how it will be looking for a person who is doing it for the first time. So here on the top right, you can see there is something called as a template gallery. So in this template gallery, you can see a list of website templates which are already available for you. So there are something for education, there is class, club, student portfolio, there are for small business, maybe for dog walker, salon, photo portfolio, restaurants, or for your work also you'll be getting it something from here. So if you want, you can choose something from here. But I prefer you start with a blank one and you know how to work on the basic things, and after that you can make use of any of this templates which are available there. So I just go back. This is your site's home page. So I click on blank on the, you can see a plus symbol here. So I click on that blank. So this will take you to a page where we can do the editing. So this is where we start, right? Okay. Basically you can see there is something written called as untitled site. So this name is for your reference. So the person who is going to design this particular website. So I just write it as my site and I just randomly give a date. I give today's date. Okay, so this is, as I told, this is just for your reference. So whenever you open your Google site homepage, so this is a name which will be displayed there. So you'll be able to easily identify which site it is. So or when you are designed or something like that. Okay. So on the top, whatever you see, this is site document name. So in case if you want to change it, just click on this and you can make some changes there. Okay. Below this, you can see whatever you type here automatically comes here. So this portion which you can see on the ash color here on the top left side, so this is what the other people will see. So for this I'll give my name. So here I'm going to just show you how to design a personal page for you. So as you see here, whatever I gave, it is my name, and here I had given some other name. I written as my site 25-2021. Okay. So this is the one which you will be seeing for your reference, and this is the one which other people will see. Okay. Also, if you want to add some logos, you can add logo for your website. So I click on add logo. So when I click on add logo, you get different options for brand images. One is for logo, other one is for the favicon. So I will upload a logo. So I click on upload. You can select images from your from your desktop. So I have my photo. I just click on open here. So photo will come here. Okay, so now you can see here on the left side, just next to my name, that logo has been appeared, right? There is an option called as alt text here. What happens is if you type something alt text here, so I will just type it as my photo. Okay, so this will be displayed in case there is a network error, and if your logo is not getting loaded, if your image is not getting loaded, this text will be displayed for the users. Also there is something called as screen readers for the people who are having difficulty with reading. For them also this alternate text will be read to them, so they will understand, okay, that is the photo is been uploaded there. So I just change it to, instead of my photo, I'll just change it to Ragesh's photo, right? Okay, if you want to use some theme for this, you can just change the theme here. We will see another way to change this. I'll keep it as blue itself. Okay, next is something called as favicon. So favicon is the image which comes on the top left of your tab. So whenever you open a particular website, so for example, if you open Facebook, so you can see the Facebook logo coming here on the top of this bar, right? So same way, whatever you upload here will be coming in the favicon. So favicon, what I will do is I'll upload my image itself just to show you how it comes. So I click on open, so that image is been added there, right? So this will come only once you publish it. I'll show it later how it comes here. So I close. Okay, so my logo is uploaded here, the name for the website is given here, also the favicon is also uploaded. Okay, there is a best practice. So whenever you do something, what you can do is you can see the preview, how it looks on your desktop, tab as well as mobile. So I click on this preview option here, so you can see a preview option. Show it once again where it comes. On the top you can see there is an undo last action, there is a redo last action, next to that there is a preview button. So I click on the preview button, so I'll be able to see how it looks for other people. So my logo is here, my name is being displayed here. Okay, here you can see on the right bottom corner there are three different options, how it looks on the three different screens. So this is a large screen. Next, when I click on tablet, so this is how your website will look on a tablet. I click on phone, this is how it looks on your phone. So these are the three different views. Okay, so once you're okay with this view, you can click on this close button here, exit preview. Always remember you have to close here, not on the top. So if you close on the top, the entire thing will go, you have to start it from the beginning. So I click on exit preview here on the right bottom corner. Okay, next you have to give the page title. So whatever you want to give, I just give it as my website. I just give it here. I can select this, I can change different, if it is right now it is in the title of mode, I can make it a heading, or I can make it a subheading, or I can make it a small text or normal text. So whatever you want, in whichever you want, you can keep it. I keep it as title. There are different font options. You can select any font out of this. Okay, so I select Lobster. It's the font which is there, or else I can go for Chewy. So whichever you like, you can type it from there. Font size also, in case if you want, you can increase or decrease, you can always do that. So I keep it to some 60 or something. Okay, again bold, italics, underline, so whatever you want, you can use it from there. Also if you want to change the text color, you can click on this and you can change the text color from there. So I select some other color, maybe dark blue or something, I'll select. Okay, so also one more thing, if you want to insert a link, you can always go and insert a link to this. So if somebody clicks on this particular link, it will redirect them to other page. Okay, so this is how you give a title for this. If you want to add some bigger names also, you can always do that. Other alignment options are there, the center align, the right align, or the justification, all those things are there. If you want to delete it, there is again a remove option, right? Okay, so this is how I add a name to my website. So this is what is visible to the users. Again, I can go to preview and check how it looks. I click on preview. So this is how it looks for all the three modes. I click on exit preview. Okay, next is the header type. So header type, you can see it right here itself. So I click on header type. So you can decide which type of header you want. So whether right now it is a banner. So we will see how each one of it looks. So by default it is a banner. Next is title. In title you can see only title will be there. There will not be any background. Okay, so I just go to preview. So this is how the title only looks, right? Okay, I click on exit preview. Header type, I change it to banner. Banner already we have seen. Next, large banner. I go to preview. You can just see the difference. So large banner, this is how it looks. So uh, the difference here, one more is there. I'll show that one more thing and I'll tell you what's the difference. The last one is cover. I click on cover, it be a little bit bigger. So this is how it looks. Okay, so the difference between all this is the cover. If you take a screen, the complete screen will be covered. So some website you might have seen, when you open, the entire first shot will be an image, a background image. After that, when you scroll down, you'll be able to see other things. That is a cover. The entire screen will be covered. Next is a large banner. So in the case of large banner, 75% of your screen will be covered. Remaining that you'll have a text. Banner is a normal banner type. Title means there will not be any background. Only your title, whatever you had given, will be displayed there. Okay. So these are the things which comes under the header type. So I'll go to banner itself. Right. Next you can see there's an option to change image. So changing image, you have two options. If you have an image with yourself, you can always click on upload. So I click on upload, you'll be able to select it from your computer, or else you click on this change image option, you get something called a select image. So I click on select image. You get multiple options. You can select from Google's own gallery, that is the Google site gallery. So from this, whichever you like, if you want, you can select one out of this. Next is by URL. By URL in the sense, you have seen some images in any of other website. From there you can copy paste the address and you can take it. We will see it on the later stage. Next is a search. If you want to search for something, you can directly do a Google search here. So I click on a search, I type the keyword, I click on search. So you can see the Google search will happen here for that particular keyword. I had given flower, so that will come here. So from there, whichever you like, you can select. So I select this. Once again I click on select. So you can see automatically it will get adjusted, and you can see it is showing adjusting for readability. I'll just change the color of this. I make it to white. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is how I select an image. Other options are that if you have something in your albums, you can select from your albums. If you have image from a Google Drive also, you can do it from there. Okay. So or else you can select from the gallery, whatever is available in the Google site. So from this, if you want to add something, okay, I select this, I click on select, so automatically it get updated, right? Again I will go and check with the preview option. I click on preview. So this is how it looks in the mobile screen, this is how it looks in the tablet, this is how it looks in the computer. So whichever mode you like, you can always select that. I click on exit. Okay. So this is the basic thing, how you set your front shot, the first shot. Okay. Next you can see there are three tabs here. First is the insert tab, next is the pages tab, and the themes tab. So we are right now we are in this particular theme, the simple theme. If you want to change the color of this, you can always do that. Right now it is in this blue, I can select black. You will not see much changes here right now. When you add some things, we will check how it looks. Okay, there are different color options are there. So this colors will come when you add some elements here. Also there are some fonts which are available, light, classic, heavy. For that again different other things are there. There is Aristotle, there is Diplomat, Vision. These are different fonts which are already the themes which are already available. So I go with the simple theme itself. We will see it later. Okay. So basically in a Google site we have only three main elements. One is a text box, next is images, and there is a link. So these are the three elements which we have in Google site. So by using this you will be able to design anything whatever you want. So I click on text box. So when I click on text box, automatically a text box comes here. Okay. What the best thing is, I will just open my site just to show you. Okay, so what best thing is possible is if you have some content to be added, type that content in a Word document, do the formatting there. Once you are done with the formatting, just copy paste it there. So I have this particular document where already the formatting is done. So what I do is I just select like this. So if you see here, there is a heading, there is one paragraph here, this is the second paragraph here. Okay, so again one more paragraph. So I select these two paragraphs, I just copy it, right click and copy. I come to this page, I just paste it here. So when I paste, you see automatically that formatting comes here. The heading is here, the second subheading is there, and there are two paragraphs. Okay, so this is the best way to do it. If not, no problem, you have other formatting options which are available here, but the best option is, since everybody are familiar in typing in Word document or something, type the contents there, do the formatting there, and you can straight away copy paste it. Okay, so this is how we paste a text, right? So once you have pasted a text, you can see on the left side there are three different options here. One is the section background, then it's a duplicate section, and the delete section. So when I click on section background, there are four options here. The regular option, emphasis. So when I click on emphasis, a small color change will happen here. I'll just show you once again. The regular one, this is a white background here. I click on this, I click on emphasis, the background changes to little bit ash in color. The next option is emphasis 2. So when I click on emphasis 2, it changes, depends on the theme color what we are given. So this is the one which we are given. So if I click on this first blue, you can see the background changes to this blue. If I click on pink, so this is where the theme matters. So whichever background you give, according to that it comes here. Okay. So this is the last option here. You can see a paint bucket option on the theme. So when I click on paint bucket, you will be getting a huge option to collect the this thing, the color. So whichever color you like, you can select it from there. So some color out of this. So if you like some color like this, you can select that. There is also a color code which is given here. If you already know the color code of that particular color which you want, you can always copy paste it here, you will get it. Okay. So this is where you set the theme color. So depending on the theme colors, your emphasis 2 will work, right? So emphasis 1 is white in color. Sorry, this is a regular one, white in color. Emphasis 1 will change it to a little bit gray color. Emphasis 2 depends on the theme color what you have selected here. So this is emphasis 2. Okay. The last option is image. If you want to give an image as a background, you can always do that. So again, for the image you have two options, either upload or select image. So I click on select image from this gallery, whichever is good. I'll just select this. So I select this background, I click on that, I click on select. So you can see automatically only for that particular section the background changes. But remember, whatever background you add, depending on that you should change the font color also. So I want this background, so I want the font color to be changed. So what I do is I select the entire thing. So selecting, what you can do is you can click on any area and click on Control A. So when you click on Control A, the entire font gets selected. So from here I change the text color. I change the text color to white. Okay, now I think it is possible to read it. Okay, so this is what we do it with the text. Okay, if I want to duplicate the same section once again, there is an option called as duplicate section. I click on duplicate section, the same section comes once again. So twice the same section comes. Okay, so to delete the section, I click on delete section, so only one section is there. Okay. So as I mentioned, whenever you add something, it is always better to go and check the preview, how it looks. So I click on preview option. So this is how it looks on the desktop version. This is how it looks for the tab version, and this is how it looks for the mobile version. So you need not do anything. This is the automatic responsive website, so you need not add any code or something for this. Automatically Google will take care of it. So once I am okay with the preview, I click on exit preview. Okay, so this is how we add the text to it. Next we will see how we can add images. So if you want to add images, I click on images here. Again the two options, upload or select. So I click on upload. So I wanted to add my photograph here. So what I do is I select the photograph which is there in my desktop. I click on open. The photo will get added here. Okay. When you add a photo, you can see there are options to crop it. So I click on crop. So from here you can select which portion you want. So only that particular portion, if you want, you can just select it and click on this tick mark, done with editing, only that portion will come. Okay, so that is one way to do it. And remember, whenever you do the cropping, it doesn't mean that the remaining portion is gone. If you want to bring it back again at any point of time, maybe after 1 year or 2 years also, just click on crop here and you can see you can take it back and click on done. Your entire image is there. It is not spoiled, it is not cut or nothing happened to it. You can place this image wherever you want. So when you just click drag and move, you can see automatically that particular portion gets moving. And if you want to place it in the center, so right now it is in the left side. If you want to place it in the center, So I just click, drag and move. So when you see, when I bring it to the center, you can see there are two blue color lines which is coming on the left and the right side. Just if you see, you'll be able to see that just below the image you can see there are two blue lines there. So what I will do is I just insert one more section here, a text here, and I just bring it. I'll show you later what I've done. Okay, so now you'll be able to see when I move this particular image, when I bring it to center, now you can see there are two blue lines, there are three blue lines which is coming there on the bottom. So now it means that your image is exactly in the center. So now when you leave the cursor, your image is placed in the center of the website. Okay, again you can check the preview how it comes. So this is how it comes in the mobile view. This is how it comes in the tab, and this is how it comes in the larger screen. Right, you click on close. Okay, so I have my image here. So next I want to add a text here. I want to add my details here. So what I do is I again click on text box. A text box comes here. I just copy this content from here, just only this much portion. I just copy it here because already the formatting is done, so I just copy it from there. I paste it here. Since I have done the formatting, it comes in the proper way. Otherwise also no problem. Just imagine it is something like this. Okay, it has come something like this. So what I can do is I have to decide where I am going to place this, whether to the left of the particular image or to the right of the particular image. So right now I will place it to the left of the particular image. So what I will do is I will move my image to right side, and I click on this text box. So when you click on the text box, you can see you get two dots on the left and right side to adjust that particular text box. So from the right side I click, I drag and I just move it here. So whenever it reaches a particular place, I leave it. Okay, now what I can do is when I bring the cursor here, you can see there are some 10 dots here. So when I bring it there, my cursor will change it like a cross. So when it becomes like a cross, I click on that, I drag and pull it up. So now you see the text has come here, the image has come on the right side. Okay, so if I want to move it to other side, what you can do is I bring my, just click on my image, I bring it down, I bring and put it here. I bring and put my image here somewhere in the down. Okay, sorry. Bring my image down here, then I click and drag my text to the right side, and I click and drag my image to the left side. So everything is a drag and drop here, right? So this way you can arrange. So if you want to bring it back, click and put it down here, click on the text, bring it to left side, click on the image and bring it to the right side. Okay, so this is how I put. Okay, now remember here again I go to the display option, the preview option. So when you go to preview, when you are in the desktop mode, everything comes as you are designed. When I come to tab also, it will come as it is. But remember, in the case of phone, so whatever you put it on the left will be displayed first, then whatever you put it on the right side. So that is one important thing. So when you design it, you will be designing it like this. But when it comes to phone, no problem. What happens is your text will be displayed first, then the photo. So same like this, the text will be displayed first, then the photo. If you want your image to be displayed first, you have to keep it, the image to the left side and the text to the right side. So that is one thing which you have to remember. Okay, again for this section also it is the same thing. If you want to give a background, you have the same options there. I click on section background. Like if I want to give just an emphasis, this is a different color here. If you want to give for emphasis too, so whatever is there in the theme color, that theme color will come. If you want to add an image, again you can say add a separate image only for this particular section. So this is a separate section where you have this image and text, and below this is again a separate section. Okay, so however you want, you will be able to do that. Okay, so now we have done with the image and we have done with the text. The next, the main third element is a link. So if you want to link this to something, okay, So if you want to link it to something, I select the text, I select my name. You can see there is something called as a insert link option. So I click on insert link. It will ask which particular link you want. So I just give it as www.google.com and I click on apply. So what happens is, if somebody clicks on my name, it will automatically take you to this particular website. Just for an example, I'm showing this. I click on apply. I go to the preview mode. Okay, so the desktop view. So you can see when I take my cursor to my name, automatically it changes like a hand. I click on that, so the Google page gets opened. Okay, so same way. So if you want to change that link, always you can change it. When you click on that, the text, it will show it here. I click on the edit link. If you want to take it to some other website, you can do that. Okay. If you want to redirect a Facebook page, I will do that. I'll just close this Facebook page. I click on preview. I come to the tablet mode. So just click on my name, automatically the Facebook page will get open, right? So similar way you can give a link to any of the pages, right? So here that is St. Joseph Engineering College. So if somebody clicks on this link, if they want to be redirected to the college website, I select this particular text, I go to insert link, I type the college address, website address, I click on apply, I go to the preview option. So there is, when I take the cursor, you can change, it changes to hand option. I click on that, automatically the college, sorry, this is right now, it is connected to a different, okay, the college website opens, right? So this is how link can be given. So link can not only be given to the text, you can also give it to the images also. When I click on the image, again you get the same option here, insert link. So similar way you can do this. So I give the link as google.com. I go to preview option. So when you click on the photo, automatically it takes to the Google page, right? So similar way you can give it to any of the website, whichever you want. So these are the three basic elements which we have in our website. Okay, we will see the other options also, whatever is possible. Moving on, if you want to add something here, so you can see, just I have to double click here. So when you double click, you can see there's a new button which comes here, right? There's a text, there's an image option, there are options to upload from your this thing, upload from your system. There is an option to upload from the drive. Also there is an option called as embed. Okay, so you can either do it from here, or the same options you will get it from the insert option also on the right. So we will see what is an embed option. So embed option, when I click on embed, you can embed it something by using an URL that is from a different website, or if you know a little bit of coding, you can do that code also. So I will just show you how to use a marquee. So marquee is nothing but, you can see in website there are some things which get scrolled, right? The scrolling image, this are there. So to get a marquee, what I do is I just search for marquee code, HTML marquee code. Okay, I select it from tutorials point. Okay, so this is one example of marquee. You can see which is scrolling from right to left, right? This is other one. The other different types of marquees are those. So these are the ones which we basically see it in different websites, the scrolling which happens. So what I do is I just select the code for the first one. So I just want something to scroll on my website like this. So I just copy the code. If you know it by yourself, you can always do that. So only matter is this normal HTML code, where HTML tag is there, the head tag is there, the title tag and all those things, and whatever you type here in the body part, only those things will be displayed here. Okay, so what I do is I just select this HTML code from here. I copy it, right click and I copy. I come to my website. Okay, I click on the embed option. So embed option, there are two options, by URL, embed code. So I click on embed code, I paste it here. So only this text I have to change. So I just remove this and I just type it as hello, welcome to my website. Okay, so I click on next. It will display how it comes. hello, welcome to my website. So if I'm okay with it, I click on insert. If you want to make some more changes, I wanted to give a comma after hello, so I click on this edit code. So here I give a comma. If you want, I click on next. I click on insert. So you can see that element comes here. So what you have to do is you have to just adjust this. I just make it to full, and I reduce the size of this. Just drag and reduce this. Okay, now I want this to be displayed on the top here, just below my this thing, my name and whatever is given there. So what I do is, you can see on the left side, when you take it here, you can see this 10 dots here. When you bring it there, your cursor changes to a cross. I click on that, I drag and I put it here, right? So this has come here. I go to the display the option, the preview option, and I'll see how it looks. So this is how it looks for the tablet. This is how it looks for your desktop version, and this is how it looks for the phone. So phone, you can see it is not getting completely displayed. So what I do is I just close this. I just adjust the height of this little bit. Height I'll increase. I'll go to the preview option. See, now it is getting displayed. Since we are embedding this, you can see there is a down and up arrow which is coming here, because the height is not getting matched to it. That's the reason. Otherwise it will be proper, right? See, this is how the marquee get displayed. So similar way, if you want to add something from your other websites or something, you can always embed this. Okay, so that is an embed option. If you want to add something from the drive, there's a drive option. There are different files which whatever is available in a drive will be displayed here. You can always use that. Okay, next below this you can see there are different layouts that is available for you. One is this layout. So I click on that layout comes here. So here, rather than doing something like this, you can add a layout, and to that particular layout you can add the thing, so whatever you want. So if you want to add an image, you can just click on this plus, image gets added. If you want to add a text here, click on that, text can be added. Okay, just close this. So similar way, different layouts are available. So if you have something in your mind by seeing the layout, first put the layout here, then just add the things, maybe a text or an image or whatever you want, or else you can do it how we have done right now. Okay, so anything is fine. So that is about adding the layout. So this just Google has given a better option to add some things. Okay, the first layout is an image on the left side and text on the right. Next, there are two images in the column. Below that there are text. This layout, if you see, there are small two images, then one a big image on the right side. So similar way you can do that. Okay. Sorry. Next is a collapsible text. So collapsible text, we will show you how the collapsible text works. So I click on collapsible text. Sorry. I click on collapsible text. You can see there is a text coming here. So something like this. So I can give a menu here. Below this I can give some items here. Item 1, item 2, item 3, something like that. Okay, so I just add it here. Okay, this has been added, something like this. Okay, so if you see, this is a collapsible text. So when you click on this particular menu, this will be displayed. So there are some, in some website it will be shown like this, like a menu option. I click on the preview option and I'll show you how it looks. So this is the desktop view. I scroll down. So there is a menu option. I click on this menu option. When I click on that, the things get displayed. So when I click on that, that menu goes up. So this is something called as a collapsible text. Okay, so that is how you add a collapsible text. Table of contents is not pretty much required. So that is nothing but adding some links and getting things added there. Okay, we will see what is an image carousel. So image carousel is in some website, you can see the images comes on the front page. Okay, so again I'll show our college website, so how it looks, because that is one best example which I can show it here. So this is something called as an image carousel. So different banner images will be there which will get displayed over and over. Okay, so to add something like that, you can use this image carousel. So I click on image carousel. It is telling that a carousel must have at least 2 images. So just click on this. There are again the same option. So whenever you click on an upload image, you get 2 options. One is an upload from your system, other one is uploading or selecting an image from the drive or something like the different options are there. Okay, so I click on select image, Google Drive, by URL or image section. Okay, we will see what is by URL. Okay, so by URL, if I want to show a landscape, okay, so I will just select this particular picture here. Okay, so this is an image which is there in another website. Okay, you can do multiple option. One option is right click and save this image and you can upload it there. Otherwise, you can see when you open this particular image, you get an address of this image where this particular image is stored. So this is called as a URL. So if you have this address, just copy this address, come to our website, in the image carousel or wherever. If you want to upload an image, you get the same option. Okay, so I click on this plus button, select image. First one is from drive, second is from the URL. So just paste that address here, right click and paste it here. So automatically that image will come here, right? Okay, so I click on insert image. So image has come. You can see there is an option called as add text. So you can add a caption or add an alternate text. So alternate text which we have seen same like in our logo. So I can write it as, this is a landscape image. Okay, so alternate text is accessed by the screen reader. So mainly for the people who are having problem with the eyesight or something, they will not be able to see, but automatically the system will read it for you. It will read it as this is a landscape image, so the people will understand this is a landscape image. Or else in case because of the internet issues, if your website is not getting loaded or the image is not getting loaded, this text will be displayed there whenever you give an alternate text. So I click on apply. Again there is an add text option. Next you can add a caption. So I just give it as wonderful view. Okay, so this is a caption which comes for the caption is just below that image. That caption will be displayed there. Okay, it is telling that you must have at least 2 images. So I'll add one more image. I click on select image. Right now I'll do for the Google image search. I will search for a building, some nice buildings. Okay, I select this first one. I click on insert. Again I can give an alternate text and caption. So this is better to give this. This is a building. Sorry, spelling mistake. Okay, I click on caption. Just give it as great building. Okay, something like that. I click on OK. If you want to add more images, you can always add that. Okay, landscape is given. Okay, we'll search for some animal. Okay, so whichever you like, you can select it from there. Okay, something good or better. Okay, we'll select this. Okay, I will give this is a monkey. So as I mentioned, alternate text is for the alt text is for the this thing where the image is not getting loaded. So just for their information that will be displayed. So this is a caption which will be displayed along with the image. Okay, so once it is done, you can see there is a setting option here. I click on settings. The show dots. So show dots is something we will see what is that show dots. Then show caption, auto start. So if you want the images to automatically to move, you can give an auto start, and you can give the transition speed, maybe very slow or medium. So I set it to medium. I click on insert. So image gets loaded here. Okay, once it is loaded, I just adjust this. Okay, so once it is adjusted, I go for the preview option. So I scroll down. So this is how it looks. Okay, so this is the show dots option. So if you don't want the dots to be shown, you can just click on that and you can remove it, or else you have this right and left arrows which is moving. So see, what are you looking at? So this was the caption which we are given. So caption, whatever you give, will get displayed here, but the alternate text will come only if the image is not getting displayed, as well as if you are using some screen reader options. Okay, so this is how it gets displayed. right? So whichever view it is, automatically it comes nicely. Okay. If you want to change the flow of this, you can always change it. Click on this, click on the settings option. If you want to change, if you want first the image of this landscape to be displayed, just click and drag and put it here. It comes like this. A monkey, if you want to come at the last, just click, drag and put it at the end. So like that it can be moved. So as much images you want, you can add it here. So this we have seen it here, show dots, show captions. If I remove captions, the caption will not be displayed there. See, the captions will not get displayed there, right? It is again up to you whether you want to display it or not. If you want the transition speed to be fast, I click on fast and update. I go to the preview option. See, fast the image will get moved. So you can decide how you want. This can be used also to display if you have some photography or some paintings. If you have, always you can use this image where people will be able to see it quickly, whatever all your work you have done. Okay. That is how we add an image carousel. Next is a button. If you want to add a button, you can click add a button. So I click on button. Name of the button, any name you can give. So I give it as click here. Link, I'll redirect to my page itself, my page. So I just give it as address of my particular page. I click on insert. Okay, so the button has come here. Again, you see this button, again it depends on what theme you are using. So whatever color you are using on for the particular theme, so same color will come for your button. Okay, so this button, again, if you want to increase the size, you can keep it as a full big button, or if you want to keep it as a small button, you can do that. Wherever you want to place it, you can place it. If you keep it here, you can see that lines will come on the bottom, which means it's on the center. I click on preview, I scroll down. So button is here, I click here, automatically it will redirect to the page whichever I had given there. Understood? So this is how you add a button. So if you want to keep this button down, just click on this particular section, drag and bring it down and keep. So button comes here, right? So that is how you add a button. Next is a divider. So between these things, if you want to add a divider, you can do that. So I select this, I come to insert, I click on divider. So small line will get added here, a divider. Again I click on this section, I click on divider. You can see there is a small divider which comes here soon after that particular section. So similar way, after each and every section, if you want to add a divider, you can do that. Divider comes here. Again, just below this, if you want a divider, I click on divider, it comes here. Below this button, if you want, click on this section, click on divider, it comes here, right? So this is how you add a divider. Next is a placeholder. I click on placeholder, you get a similar thing, the same thing which you have seen in your layout, right? So from here, whatever you want to add, you can add it here. Maybe an image or something from the drive, or maybe a YouTube, calendar or map. Will come to that, how to add that. Okay, so this placeholder will help you to keep something in a proper place. Otherwise also it doesn't matter, but it is very helpful when you want to add something next to things. Okay, so there is a placeholder which is added here. So I just select an image. So something, I just added an image is getting loaded. Again I can add a placeholder. So if you want to place some things nearer to that, always a placeholder is a better option, right? Okay. One more thing, whenever you add an image, first see this particular image. When I go to crop, this much portion is cropped, right? So this is how image looks. So what you want to do is, if you want to adjust the size, you adjust the size accordingly. So I want the size something like this, but the image is cropped here, right? So if you want to uncrop it, but the size should remain the same, what you can do is, there's an option called as uncrop. So when I click on uncrop, automatically the image gets adjusted to that according to the size of the image, right? So that is one more option. If you want, you can try it. So I just crop it like this, and I click on uncrop. Automatically to that size the photo get adjusted. Okay, so that was placeholder. Next is an YouTube. If you want to add a YouTube video directly to this, you can always do that. I click on YouTube. There are two options. One is uploaded. So whatever you are uploaded in your particular website, in a particular Google account, will come there. Or else you can do a video search. So straight away you can do a video search. So I will just select for my this thing. Okay, so I just give my email ID. So under this email ID, whatever has been uploaded, so this is my Google the YouTube account. So in that YouTube account, whatever is been displayed, so I just give my email ID. So under that email ID, whatever has been uploaded will get displayed here. So I just select that video, I click on select, so video comes here, right? So if you want to place it here, you can place it here. I click on that, you get options here, settings option. So in settings you can decide the hiding the control. The hiding control is the YouTube control which comes here on the bottom. When the video is getting played, if you want to hide that control, the forward or backward control, if you want to hide, you can always hide that. What color should be the progress bar? So usually in YouTube it comes in the red in color. If you want to make it to white in color, you can do that. Allow full screen or not. So if you allow full screen, the people will be able to click on full screen and they'll be able to watch that video in the full screen mode. I will show the difference. So right now it is in allow full screen. I click on done. I go to preview option. I scroll down. So the video is here. I click on play. So this is the progress bar, and the progress bar is shown in red in color. You can see red in color. Not only this, there is a full screen option. So when I click on full screen, automatically it comes to the full screen mode, right? So this is the option which I have seen there. So now I go and change it. I click on exit preview. I come to the video. I click on the settings. So I click on hide controls. If you want to slide out of view, you can do that, or don't hide. Progress bar, I make it to white. Allow full screen, I'll off it. I click on done. I go to preview option. I scroll down. See, now when you play this, video is getting played. Now it is not red in color, you can see it white in color. Also there is no the full screen option here. So people have to watch in this particular page, so they will not be allowed to go out or make it to full screen. Okay, so that is how you add it. Okay, one more thing to show. In the preview option, if you go to the mobile view, this is how it looks. You scroll down, we have all these things, the collapsible buttons, the image carousel, the button which we have given, the image which we added, plus the video, right? So this is how it comes here. Similar way, if you want to add a calendar, you can always add that. I click on calendar. So your calendar will get displayed here. So whichever calendar you want to display, you can display the calendar there. In case if you have your own calendars, you can just display this. So when I click on birthday calendar, okay, your Google Calendar will get displayed here. You can select which view you want, whether to remove the title, show the date, navigation bar, or which mode you want, whether the month view, week view, or agenda view. I click on month view. I click on done. Just click on display. So this is how the calendar will be displayed. Okay, so the people will be able to see the calendars. So this can be used by organizations or something if they have some events which is happening. So you can display the event dates and timings here, so that anytime people can come and check it, whatever events are happening there. Okay, so calendar can be added. If you want to add a map to it, I click on map. If you have your own maps which is there, my maps is there, that map we will see whether we can have a later session or something. So enter a location. So my location, I will give it as my college location itself. So St. Joseph Engineering College, I search. So it automatically shows here where is that particular location. So I just zoom it and I keep the placeholder accordingly here. I drop a place mark. Okay, I click on select. So the calendar has been added. Again, if you want to make it a little bit bigger or something, you can always do that. It's been added. I click on the preview mode. So this is how it looks for the people in the mobile screen, the tab screen, as well as desktop. So from here, when they click on directions, it will take you to the Google Maps itself. Right? So they can choose the starting point and they can get the navigation to reach the particular location. So that is how we add calendars. Okay, so I exit this preview mode. If you want to add a Google Doc, you can always add your Google Docs in your website. So I click on Docs. So if you have something to add, okay, I have a resume template here. I just click on that template. I click on insert, so that document get added, the Google Doc get added here, can be added. I click on display. I scroll down, so my map comes here, calendar comes here, and that Google Docs. So whatever document is there, that document will get displayed in my page, then the remaining things. So similar way, if you want to add different things, you can do that. If you want to add a slide, you can do that. So I click on slides. So in case if you have prepared some slides here, you'll be able to see that. Okay, so what I will do is I quickly go and prepare a Google slide here. So I click on slides, I start a presentation. So hello all, welcome. Okay, I just created a slide and there are 3 slides in this. I come to my page, I click on slides. So recent slides, whatever I created will be displayed here. So hello all is there. I click on that. I click on insert. So it gets added here. So again I can decide whether it should be a smaller one or a bigger size. So I select this particular size. I go to settings. Here I can decide whether I should auto start the particular slide. So since I have 3 slides, if I click on auto start, automatically the slide will keep on changing. Loop a playback means there are 3 slides, so after 3 slides again whether it should start from the first, and how much delay should be given, whether 2 seconds for one slide or 3 seconds for one slide. So like that, how much of delay you want, you can give the delay for that. So I give 2 seconds, and from which particular slide you want to start, whether I want to start from the second slide or the third slide or something like that. So I click on done. I go to the preview mode, I scroll down. So this is a slide. So after 2 seconds you can see automatically the slide will change. So I am not doing anything. In case if you want to go back to any of the slides, there is an option here, you can click and go back, right? So that is how you embed Google Slides in your website. You can use sheets if you want to display any of the Google Sheets or any of the values. If you want to display it there, you can display the values. Okay, so I will just display this budget here. I just open that. I don't know where it is coming. Okay, 1 second. Sheets, the recent sheets budget. I click on insert. Okay, so that sheet get added here. Okay, so whatever is that sheet get added here. Again I can decide whether which sheet want to be displayed the first. There are 2 sheets here. I click on done. I click on preview. So I scroll down. So my Excel sheet is here. Okay, so the same way the Excel sheet also will be displayed here with the chart. Since I inserted the chart is also displayed there. Okay, so this is how an Excel and your spreadsheet can be inserted here. If you want to insert a Google form, you can always insert a Google form. I click on forms. If there are some forms available, you can upload the form. So the same form which we had for the workshop, I just click on that. I click on insert, and that can be added. So see, like this, you can just adjust this thing, and I click on preview. So when I click on preview, I scroll down, I'll be able to see my Google forms here itself, right? So I'll be able to just fill it from your website itself. Do not open a Google form separately. Okay. Next is a chart. So chart, just now in the sheets we have seen there are some charts which were available. So I click on charts. So in the budget there is a chart. I click on insert. So when I click on insert, it will show me there are 2 charts available in this particular Excel sheet. So I'll just open that sheet once again and show. So sorry. So when I open the budget this thing. In the EX1 there is one chart, so this particular chart is there, and in EX2 there is one more chart where there is no data, so same thing will get displayed here. This comes when you click on chart. So I click on chart, I select the sheet which I want, I click on the budget sheet, I click on insert. There are two charts there, whichever you want to display. I click on this one, I click on add. So now only that chart will get displayed, not the value, right? So this is how it get displayed. So I go to the preview mode, I scroll down, I have this chart here. So when I click on this chart, you can see the marks. A is having 100 marks, B is having 35, D is 94, like that will be displayed there. Not only this, if you are going to change some values here, so A is mark, I am going to change it to 50. This chart gets changed here. The same time it will get reflected here also. Sorry, I go to the preview option. If you publish it, automatically it gets updated, you don't have to do it. See, automatically the chart also will get changed here, the value in the chart. So if you have something to show like this, what you can do is you can have an Excel, you can have a Google sheet in the background, just update the values here, automatically a chart on the website also will get updated. Okay, so these are the basic elements which we can insert in your website. The next option is pages. So right now we were playing with only a single page. If you want to add multiple pages, I click on pages. We have a home page. If you want to add a page, there is a plus option here. So there are two options, one is new link and other one is new page. When I click on new link, what happens is it will ask for a name here. So I'll just give it as different name I'll give. Okay, I'll just give it as old site and a link to it. So link to my personal website, I'll just give it here. I click on done, and there is another option, open a new tab. So if you close, if you disable this, what happens is when you click on that, on the same tab your page gets opened. Okay, so I want to open it in new tab, I click on done. So you see the menu option comes here, old site. So what happens is here it comes as a separate menu, but when they click on that, it will redirect to a different page, different website. Okay, so that is what is happen when you click on a new link. So you can see it comes as a link, it is linking to a external website. The other one is new page. I click on new page, it will ask for the page, so I will give it as about me or something. There is an advanced option, if you want to give a custom path you can give that, no problem, we'll give it on done. So about me comes here, right? So this page is opened here, about me. If you want to add something to this particular page, you can always do that. So what I will do is I'll just add a YouTube, just to show you how it is. I just add a video here, make it full screen. Okay, I come to next page, one more page I'll add. I click on new page, I'll give it as page 1 or something. I click on done. So this get added. Okay, one more thing you can see, whatever that banner or the header type you are given in the home page, the same thing will come for the other pages also, but it is not mandatory you have to keep the same thing itself. If you want, you can change it. So I just click on this header type, I'll give it as title only. So about me only will be like this. Page 1, I will just give it as page XYZ. So you see nothing is going to change here. It will get displayed page 1, whatever you had given page 1, the same thing will be displayed in the menu, but inside the page it will be something else. So it will just XYZ. Okay, I'll change the header type to cover. So different things can be given here. So inside this page I'm going to insert a map. So I'll give it a city center mall. City center mall in Mangalore. I just select this, I click on select. So next XYZ gets added. Okay, so what I have done is, there was a home page where we have done all these multiple things. I click on this plus button inside the pages. When I click on new link, you get a link like this where you can give a name and a link to an external site. When you click on new page, a new page will get added, and to that each of that page, whichever header type you want, you can give, but by default whatever is there on the home will be displayed there, but you will be able to change it. And I have added a YouTube video here in about me. Then I added something called as page 1. Inside that I just changed the header to XYZ. I made it as a cover header type. I have added a map here. Okay, now we'll preview and see how it looks. I click on preview. So this is how it looks for the desktop view. I click on home. This is your home page where you have all these things. I click on about me. The about me page get opened. I click on page 1. Different page with a cover. This is a cover photo. This is how a cover looks. So the entire full screen will be this header. I scroll down, I get this map. I click on old site, it will redirect me to a different page. Right? So this is how it looks. I come to mobile view. So now you see the menu items are here. When I come to mobile view, automatically the menu items will come to the left side. So this is how it looks for a phone. So you need not do anything special here. So automatically Google will take care of these things. Right, so this is how we add it for a website. So similar things, if you want to do it in a themes, if you want to change the theme, always you can go and do that. So I can change it to any of the theme, but when you change the theme, the entire page setup will change. Right, see the menus are coming like this. I go to simple, it's a different menu. Right, okay, so this is how we add the things. We will see other options whatever are there. On the top you can see there is a share with others option. So I click on this. So it will allow me to add collaborators to your website. So in case if you have multiple email IDs, you will be always able to add your alternate email IDs here. You'll be able to add your alternate email IDs here, and you can select whether it's a published viewer or an editor. If you give it as an editor, using any of these email IDs, anytime you will be able to edit your website. So you need not always log into the same email ID to edit your website. So that is one advantage here. And in case if you add editor to one email ID and the other email ID get lost, also no problem. You will be able to manage with the other email ID. Okay. So that is how you will be able to add collaborators here. Next, settings option. There is the first one is navigation. So navigation, you can decide whether it is on the top or side. So top is this menu option. This is on the top, navigation on the top. I select this. I change the navigation mode to side. So your modes will come to the left side. So we'll see how it is. This is for even for the desktop view. For the desktop view, see side your menu comes. Right. So you can decide whichever you want or whichever you like. Again, a color for that, whether it should be a transparent, whether it should be white or black. So I make it to top. Now right now it is transparent. You can see whatever is the background, the same background will come here. I change it to white. So your menu background will be white. If you want to change it to black, you can change it to black also. So your menu background will be black here. Okay. Brand images, we have seen the logo as well as the favicon. We have seen it first. Viewer tools are there, which we will not go in detail. Custom domains, if you have some domains, that is if you have some, you are on www.somename.com, if you have, you can always set it up. If you have a Google Analytics account, you can link your Google Analytics account here. And there is an announcement banner. If you want some announcement to be displayed, announcement banner can also be done. So announcement banner is similar to your marquee, which we have seen. Some announcement will be displayed there. Okay. Some buttons if you want to give, and when they click on that button, if you want to change them to some particular page, you can do that. Okay. So what I did is I click on announcement banner. I give a message called as welcome. There's a button I had given it as hello, and a link to it. So now onwards, once you create multiple pages, when you click on links, you will get different options there, right? So you will be able to redirect your own pages, or you will be able to redirect to a separate page. So I will give on about me, and I can decide where I want to display, whether only to the home page or all to the all pages. So I close this. So this is how the announcement comes. Okay, it will get displayed on all the pages. Right. Okay, so this is how it comes. I click on home. There is a banner here. So when I click on hello, it will take me to the about me page, because that is where I linked it. So this will come on all the pages. Whichever pages you open, that will be displayed there. Okay, so that is about announcement banner. If you don't want, you can remove this show announcement. Okay, so these are the things I want. I will show you some more things what can be done. So uh, get free emoji. There is a website called as getemoji.com. So if you want to add some emojis to your website, you can always do that. Okay, so if you want to add some smileys to your website, so I click on this smiley. Okay, I just select this particular smiley, I copy it, I come to my page. So wherever I want to display it, I come to home page. If I want to display it here, I just paste it here. So have you seen what I have done? There's a website called as getemoji.com. So whichever you want. So if you want a camera, this thing, I click on camera. So camera will be displayed here. I click on that camera. It will ask me to copy paste. If you want to copy this particular icon, I click on copy. So it automatically get copied. I come to my website. So wherever I want to paste it, I keep the cursor there. I paste it. The camera image will come here. Emoji will come there, right? Similar thing can be added to your buttons also if you want it here. So what I do is I click on insert. I come to button. The name of the button, I just paste it here. The button will come here. So I can redirect it to another page, right? So insert. So a button will come with a camera image. So this can be done, right? Otherwise, if you want to add the name, the icon to this home page. So home page, if you want some other emoji, I click on any other emojis, whatever is available. So there is, okay, the monkey face here. I select that monkey face. I click on copy. I come to my page. So I come to home here. There is a 3 dots here. I click on that 3 dots. There is something called as properties. I click on properties. So home, I paste it here. Monkey face will come here. So you see, just with that menu item itself, it comes here. So about me, if I want to change something, okay, I can go back and search. I search for something. Okay, there is some nice. Okay, unicorn, deer. Okay, there is something called as a cow or something. I click on cow. What I do is I come here, about me, I click on properties, I click on this thing. So about me it will come. I click on done. So this is how you can add emojis to your this also, to your menu items also, right? So that can be added. Okay, so once I do that, okay, so this is how we can add emojis also. So there's an extra thing which can be done. It is not mandatory that you have to do it. I just show it how this can be done. Okay, cow, I think I didn't copy it. Copy, sorry for that. Properties, I delete this, I paste it, cow has come, I click on done. Okay, cow. Okay, so like this, if you want, you can add it in any part of your website also. So once it is done, I come here. Okay, next option is, now we have done with your website. I just wanted to see how it can be published. So we will see how to freely publish it. I click on a publish option. So when I click on publish option, it will ask for the website address. So any address you can give. So something randomly I will type. So it doesn't matter for me what I am typing. Why? Because this, it doesn't matter, because we will be redirecting from a different page. Okay, so you can see if you do it using a personal website, we can do it like anyone can view it. If you are doing it from a official account, it will be showing anyone at your office. So if you want, you can just change it, but make sure you are making it to anyone. Okay, if you have your custom domains, you can link it to that custom domain, same like www, anything if you have, you can always do that. So right now I just randomly give it like this. I click on publish. So my website is getting published. Okay, so now it is published. So you can see view published site link. One link will come here. I click on that. So this is my home page. So what I do is I click on copy link. I open any page. So I just open a new tab. I paste it here and I click on enter. So this is my website which has been published. Okay, so when I click on that, you can see it is working fine. So this site is published right now. You can see next to publish, once you do the publish one, next to publish you get different options. Publish settings are there. When I click on publish settings, you'll get the same page where you started this. There is something called as review changes and publish. So if you make some changes, it will show review changes and publish some changes which you have done. So I'll show you how it works. So right now this page is published. So now what I will do is I come to okay, here what I do is I just remove that emojis whatever I added. So this emoji I'll remove, this emoji also I'll remove. I click on done. Okay, so now this has been removed. But if I go to my website which has been published, you see that emojis will be still there. And you see this was this thing logo which I have told, and this is favicon which I mentioned. So I told the favicon will come only when you publish to your website, right? So favicon of my photo is coming here, just on the tab you can see. Okay, so now if I click on publish again, what happens? It will tell you, okay, this is telling this is a current published home page. On the right side this is a current published home page, and the left side which is a draft admin. So you can see the difference. In the current page these two, these are there. In these two there are no changes. So changes also will be shown here on the left side. Change page title from home emoji to this thing and this thing. If you feel okay, you're okay with it, you're going with it, you can click on publish. So whatever changes you have made, that emojis whatever you have added, it will get changed. Okay, now I just refresh this page. Now you see that emojis whatever I have done, it goes. Okay, so that is one more thing which I wanted to tell. If, in case if you are making some changes, you need not publish it straight away. For example, if I am going to rewrite this particular paragraph, so when I typed only this much, what happens is I have some other work, so I have to go for it. So it doesn't matter, straight away you can leave it like this and you can go. So once you have typed with all the things, or once you are okay with all the things, then you can click on publish. So it will be saved in the background, so that you do not do it in the same time itself. Okay, so that is about publishing. In case if you want to unpublish this particular site at any point of time, so when you click on unpublish, this link will get lost, people will not be able to see it once again. So I click on unpublish, it will tell that the site will no longer be live. You can still make edits and publish the site again later. So I click on got it. So what happens is your site will get unpublished. So I just refresh this particular page. So it is getting loaded. So now you see the page is not available there, right? So that is what happens there. Okay, so again later if you want to publish this particular site, I click on publish. I have the same things whatever is been given there. I click on publish, it is getting published. I go to the same link which I have it there. I just refresh that particular page. So yes, see the page has come here. Okay, so anytime if you want to unpublish or publish the screen, you can always do that. So now we have done with it. So this is how we publish a website for free. We will see how to create a short link. So once the page has been published, you can see, get a link here, copy publish site link. So I click on copy publish site link. So it will give me https sites.google.com/view/your name/home will be given there. So what you have to do is you have to copy this link. Okay, remember, copy this particular link, whichever link is given here, copy this particular link, not the link which is there on the top. Okay, so you have to remember that. So once you are done with it, you can make use of any of this URL shortening things. Either you can go for tinyurl.com or you can go for bit.ly. So these are different options which is available. One is tinyurl.com or the other one is bit.ly. So any of this website you can use. Here I go for the sign up option. Go for tinyurl, I go for sign up option. You can create, either you can give your name, email ID and password and create a link, or directly click on Google and it will give an account. So I click on Google, I select my email account, it gets created here. We will be using the free version. Okay, just click here. So what you have to do is come to your website which is published, click on this copy publish site link. I click on copy link, come to tinyurl.com. Once I logged in, what I do is I paste it here. I click and paste, link will get pasted here. Now here in the alias you have to type whatever you want. Sorry, just paste it here in the alias whatever you want. So I just type it as like this, tinyurl.com rgsh raju make tinyurl. So if it is available it will show okay it is available, so it has come here, right? So what I do is I copy, I open a new tab, I just paste it here. So this is my address right now, https://tinyurl.com rgsh raju. If I type there, automatically it will take me to my website whatever I have designed. Okay, so this is how you do it using tinyurl. Same way you have one more this thing which is called as bit.ly. So I have used bit.ly. It is not mandatory that you have to use any of this, anything can be used. Okay, so here also the process is same. I click on sign up. First time you have to just sign up, click on login and see. Okay, I go to the Google login, I select my email ID, the account get created. So what I do is I come here, click on copy publish site link, I click on copy link, here I come, I click on create, paste the URL here, and here just I have to change this part, bit.ly, something like this. I give an extra U and check whether it is coming. Yes, link has been created. So I click on copy, I open a new tab, I paste it here, link. So this can be your link. So when you share it to people, you can share this particular link. Otherwise it will be difficult for people to remember this actual link, sites.google.com/view/ all those things, right? So this can be used for shortening your URL, which becomes your address. So this is how it can be done. So I think I am almost done with all these things. So next time when you open this, what you can do is, so right now I'll just close it straight away. So next time when you want to open or edit your sites, go to sites.google.com. So right now one will be displayed, the site which are displayed will be come here. So this is what I was mentioning. So my site 2/5/2021 will be the name which I will be seeing, but users will not see this, right? So I click on this, my site editing option will appear here. So from here whatever changes has to be done, all those changes can be done. I thought I'll just take you through my personal website which I have designed by using Google Sites, so you'll be able to understand better how it was done. So I will just open my website to show. Okay, so this is my website which is completely designed by using Google Sites. So here it is. I will just show the editing part of it. So I just open my website in the edit mode. The first one, if you see, this is the name which I had given for my website, which will be displayed for everyone, like how you see it here. I have not added any logo for it, as well as I have not added any favicon, so that is why no favicon has been displayed here. The header type which I had given for the front page is the title, so the title header type, but I have not added that title part. The text box whatever was there, I had removed it, so that is why you can see it as a clean place here. Okay, moving down, I had kept one image on the left side, I have a text box on the right side. To this two of this I had given a link where my email ID is there, and this portion what you have. So here if you see in the actual publish page, so when you click on this, it will redirect you to a separate site. So this will take you to Scopus. This, if I click, it will take you to the Google Scholar page. So these things. So this, how I have done is, I have kept images here, the images in the smaller size, just adjusted the images, and to each of the images I had given a link. So when I click on this, you get a link here. So that we have seen how to add a link to an image. Below this I have a text box here on the right side. To the left side I have images which is placed here. So this is my front page. Okay, moving on to other pages, if you see, there are multiple pages which I have added. So if you go to qualifications, so again the header type is title, the qualification title, then you have text boxes added here, and in between I have added divider also. So next, going to other page, I have interactions added here. So this is nothing but a header with the title only, and there's a text box here. Similarly, if I move here for certifications, here I have added my certificates. So this is nothing but the images I have added here, right? So for each of this I have added an image and I have given a link to that particular website where you can see the image. So if I come here, click on certifications, see each of the certification, if there is a direct link which I get it, so I just add that link here. So when you click on that, it will redirect you to the home page of that particular website which had given me certificate. So this will be good if you have some certificate which can be verified online itself. Okay, so similar way I had given images of my certificates and I have added it here. So next, awards and recognitions, it is the same thing. I have added images of my certificates which I got. Same way, experience is a page with which I have text. Publication is again a text, and in between I had given links to that particular publications, DO and all those things. So similar way, one more, hobbies and interests, where I have added a text box. Okay, so right side, if you see, you this one we have not discussed during the session, so we can just see that. For example, right now you can see this qualification, interaction, workshop, seminar, everything is coming under this particular menu. So how to do that? So to do that, what you can do is, I create a page. So I just add a new page here itself. I create a page, I just give it as a sample page. I click on done, the page gets added. So now the page is here. Okay, the page is here. So if I want to put that page under any of this, for example, if I want to put that page under awards and recognitions, just click on that sample, just drag and put it onto awards and recognition. So you can see just below that it comes here, right? If you want to take it outside, just click and just bring it outside and put it back. So sample will come here. So similar way, if you want to move, I want the sample to come before publications or between publications and more, click on the sample and put it in between publications and more. So it comes here. Okay, so this is how it get displayed. See, publication, sample, more, right? Okay, so this is how I have designed my website. I'll delete this particular page. If you want to delete it, you have this three dots here, click on that. You have an option called as delete. One more thing, you can see there is something called as hide from the navigation. So for example, there is a page called as my click. So when I click on more, hobbies and interest, I click on photography, so my clicks, a page will come, but this page is not displayed in any of this. So if you want to do something like that, you can add this, which is called as my clicks. Create a separate page and click on hide from navigation. So you get an option like hide from navigation. So that page will not be displayed in the menu, but you can redirect to that particular page by from any other pages, right? So that can be done. Okay, so I will remove the sample from here. I delete it. Rest all things are as it is. Okay, so thank you.